Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now. Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid. Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now. Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond. Only with Smart Postpaid. Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
The weather is hot outside and so is the atmosphere inside. The Amoranto Sports Complex has two collegiate teams yearning for recognition and respect battle it out for the championship of the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance. I am Kiko Maligdem and we are live here in Amoranto Sports Complex in the City of the Stars. And with me is my partners, Navin Ganlani and Martin Dias. Now, from the field of 28, it's now down to 2. What can we expect between this matchup between the 3rd seed CSB Blazers and the 13th seed LPU Pirates, Navin?
Well, I would expect a very competitive game. These two teams, of course, compete in the NCAA. And both teams, of course, have ambitions of succeeding in their respective league. And winning in a game like this, the Big Dance Finals, gives them that kind of confidence entering the season to believe they can beat anybody, not to mention it being a major morale booster for the guys on both teams.
Now, Martin, I saw you roaming around before the game, and what were the information you got from both camps?
Yeah, so as Naveen and you mentioned as well, an exciting matchup between the two. And it seems like the common trend that I'm seeing between almost all the coaches here in the Big Dance is that the eyes are set on still the big goal of preparing, as Naveen mentioned, for their main leagues. And for these two, obviously a matchup in the NCAA and LPU, a little bit of a Cinderella story. You're going to see some intense action between the two, definitely.
And as you can see on the team matchups for their averages in this Big Dance, we can see that they are evenly matched up. What can you say about this?
Yeah, so if you could see in the matchup, sa points pa lang, medyo dikit na nga eh, no? 79.3 to 72. And across the board, it seems like they're pretty evenly matched up. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams leverage. And actually, si Coach Melvin, I spoke to him before the game and he mentioned na kailangan talaga going up against this Benil team, kailangan almost flawless yung execution nila.
And as we can see, the coach comparison for this Big Dance, Navin, parang ang ganda ng laban eh, no?
Absolutely. Of course, Coach Gilbert Malabanan needs no further introduction to those who watch Philippine basketball. He has a lot of experience both in the PBA and in the Collegiate League, and you can be certain that he will always have his players and teams prepared for battle. And of course, on the other side, Coach Paulo Layug will be calling the shots for CSB. He has been a long-time lieutenant of Coach Charles too, and he will be ready for this kind of game. Coach Charles also in attendance as well as Coach Raiko Toroman also here. So CSB staff here on full display, ready to go, willing and motivated to win this championship.
And that is what I have noticed here. Fully loaded itong coaching staff ng CSB Blazers. As, of course, we are talking of these both squads. Both squads would not be here in the finals if not for their key players. And of course, we're going to talk about first with the LPU Pirates. Martin, sino ba yung sinasabi nating the key player for the LPU Pirates?
Yeah, so obviously the LPU Pirates, they lost a big player or a big time player in Sean Umali, but that gave room for other players to shine. And definitely at the helm is Ato Barba. So Ato Barba, coming off a big game with 26 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 assist, is definitely going to be the key player to watch out with. Pero kahit yung mga role players nila, steady din talaga. Players like Gael Montaño, Ken Kaduyak. So these are some of the key players to watch out for the LPU Pirates.
Yes, as you can see the matchup in the semifinals, Final Four actually, it was Ato Barba and Omar Gordon lording the boards or lording the game for the LPU Pirates as they finished with 26.6 rebounds, 1 assist for Ato Barba, which we are calling the Barbameter,
Yes,
the barometer
the
of
Barbameter,
the LPU, while Omar Gordon, foreign sounding name, but he's a Filipino, okay? Contributed with 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks. In that game against JRU, what was the key factor there for LPU?
I think as you could see, they kind of dominated the game in almost all facets, leading the score obviously, but as well controlling the rebounds and the assists. LPU plays a very intense and exciting brand of basketball. They love to defend, make stops, and run out on the break. And when Ato Barba gets going, it's a long night for whoever's defending on the opposite end. So I think they did a good job of just controlling the pace of the game. And if they want any chance of winning today's game, they're going to have to do the same.
Yes, I agree with that. But of course, I think Barba will have to do a lot of scoring load as, of course, his partner in crime, Mac Guadagna, is in street clothes right now. Any information about Mac?
So apparently, Mac Guadagna is nursing a little bit of an injury. It's nothing too serious, but again, the coaching staff is looking ahead to their NCAA season and they don't want to take any kumbaga special measures in this game. They are still preparing, so they wanted to make sure that Mac Guadagna got some rest before the start of their official season.
I see. And now we go to the other side, which is the College of St. Benilde. Well, if we notice, College of St. Benilde had a close game. That is the first time that they had a close game in this big dance, because in the first 2 games, they really dominated the game. But in this semifinals of Final Four, it was a close game. They won, in fact, by 6 points. And they were led by Justin Sanchez and Paul Turco. Navid, could you walk us through on what do you think was the key factor in CSB's win against Adamson?
Well, the rebounding immediately stands out. 35 to 21 advantage for CSB when it comes to rebounding. Now, we do have to see the field goals too. Despite a 14 rebound advantage for CSB, they took only 2 more shots than Adamson, and I think that speaks to the fact that they need to do a better job taking care of the basketball and not turning the ball over. However, you look at the individual performances. Justin Sanchez stands out, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. His ability to be a versatile all-around threat with that size and talent is going to be key for the Blazers.
All right, so before we discuss anything else, we will turn the floor over to our venue announcer for the starting 5.
Let's go.
Una yung kita namin ni Coach Rai, 23rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the final, may we all to stand and let us sing the Philippine national anthem.
Coach, do you know the name of yung right hand assistant coach? Pat nila.
And look at the starters for both squads. We have Anchieta, Kahukom, Liwag, Sanchez, and Eusebio for the CSB Blazers. While for the Pirates, they are starting with Moralejo, Peñafiel, Panelo, Barba, and Montano. Now, Martin, what can you say about the starters of Pirates?
Yeah, so it seems like the usual suspects, no, for the LPU Pirates. Obviously going to be led by Ato Barba, but then it's going to be interesting to see how Gal Montano can put his impact on the game as well. He was also one of those players who did pretty well in the previous few games, so it's going to be interesting to see how he can put his impact on this final matchup here at the Big Dance.
How about Naveen? For the starters of the Blazers, what can you see the strategy of Coach Charles?
Well, it's loaded, and they're going with height and length. Eusebio there on the court, Liwag there on the court as well, and Sanchez as well. So that front court in of itself very versatile and very hard to deal with, especially if they get in the paint.
And here we go. The first possession is with CSB. And number 11, that is Joshua Kahuko, making his presence felt early on. And now the ball is with LPU. Moralejo with a basket. He's being hounded by Ancheta. This is a good matchup. Here we go. LPU thinking of what to do. Shot clock is down to 9. They have to make the move right now. 5 seconds to go. And there's a foul on... Oh, an offensive foul is called on Lyceum. So the ball will go to the St. Benilde Blazers.
Surprising call there. Offensive foul on Kyle Montano on that drop step. A little bit of an elbow nudge there. Good call by the ref.
Score is 2-0 with 9 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter of action. Low post play here. Here comes Liwag. Trying to post up his defender. Gets it to Eusebio, 4-2.
And that's the threat of having someone like an Alan Liwag backing you down in the post. Against a smaller defender, you're forced to send help, and that could leave a shooter like Eusebio wide open.
There we go. LPU's turn. Oh, Barba making his presence felt early on with that basket.
Great aggressiveness being shown by Ato Barba early on in this game, making his presence felt early. See if he can get cooking here.
And now here comes Ancheta. Ancheta was the best player in their Sweet 16 matchup. Now another shot. Oh, a 3-point shot for Eusebio. Or Sanchez, rather.
Simple but effective play that time. Sanchez comes off a staggered screens. 2 guys screening off his defender. Gets a clean look, knocks down the open shot.
And now here comes LPU. A 3-point shot for Peñafiel. Boom!
Back and forth action early on. Peñafiel with a great answer to the 2 threes by the CSB Blazers.
And there's a traveling meanwhile on Justin Sanchez. And of course, we're talking about the key players. If we do have the Barba meter for the LPU, for the CSB Blazers, it is Justin Sanchez. And of course, Justin Sanchez just wanted to show that he wanted to win. So that's why he's Justin Sanchez here. Meanwhile, a foul is called. As the referees here for the finals, we have Anthony Roque, Dennis Escaros, John Lesigues, and Sherwin Bautista. These are veteran players from the SBP who are officiating this game right now. 14 seconds to shoot, and a steal there by CSB. Here comes Justin Sanchez all the way.
And that's just a horrendous possession for Lyceum. First of all, terrible pass. The receiver wasn't ready. And then on the other end, in transition, you allow an easy layup without much deterrence. Like, do you want to win this game, or are you here just to play?
As a missed 3-point by Moralejo, here comes the CSB Blazers on the run. Justin once again inside.
And right away, that size advantage for CSB playing a factor early in this game. Good timeout by the Lyceum bench.
And we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, here in Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 12-5. The number 3 ranked CSB Blazers on top by 7 over the 13th seed, the Lyceum University, or Lyceum of the Philippines University Pirates. And the possession after that timeout by Coach Gilbert Malabanan, the LPU will now try to map out their play right now. Let's see if they will be able to score on this possession. Barba has the leather. Barba, 3-point shot, missing that one. And possession will go to CSB.
Shot a
That
little
time-
flat there.
And that time you saw CSB's defense daring the Lyceum ball handlers to shoot, giving them the space to unleash. And it's clear that their goal right now is to protect the paint.
And if I were LPU, I don't want to fall into the trap of playing at the pace of CSB. Obviously, CSB is the heavily favored team here. So LPU gonna have to play a scrappy brand of basketball if they want any chance of winning this game.
Meanwhile, a jumper here. Oh my! Kahukom hitting that shot.
Umuulan ata dito sa loob ng Amaranto Arena.
And given the way CSB has been shooting so far early in this game, given the pace they're playing with, that defense is too soft. There's too much space to allow an open corner three-point shooter. And just like that, the Blazers are up by 10.
Meanwhile, a foul is called, and that is on number 11. That is on Kahukom, Joshua Kahukom. And that is his first personal foul. So, Joshua Kahukom, if I'm not mistaken, was a former Junior Gilas member and former player from San Beda. Now wearing the green in CSB. Meanwhile, a foul is called. So after missing their shots from the outside, the LPU Pirates decided to go inside. And is that a good play for you, Martin?
Most definitely. I mean, Ato Barba has struggled a little bit from the three-point line throughout this tournament. He's had games where he's displayed his long-range shooting, but safe to say his specialty is coming downhill. And again, they can't fall into the trap of trying to outshoot this extremely efficient CSB team. So I think it's a great idea for Ato Barba to get himself going, coming downhill and creating a little bit of pressure on the defense of CSB.
And now a split from the line from Barba and Cheta with the basketball. Here comes Liwag. Liwag gets it to Kahukom for the three. Boom!
Oh my goodness.
Simple play once again. Get the handoff, run fast, get the ball, pull up when you're open, and knock it down.
And just like that, another miss by LPU. Now, every time that Sunbeda rather, but every time that CSB makes a three-point shot, the LPU are pressured to take a three-point shot also on their end. But at that time, that was a good move for number 17, Simon Peñafiel, taking it strong to the hoop.
And three-point shots are great when you're making them, right?
Yeah.
However, when you're missing the threes, it could lead to easy fast break opportunities for the other team. So something CSB has to consider as well.
All right, so we'll get the report right now from our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano. Daphne, good morning. All right, thank you so much, Daphne. And just like what Martin has said, they're preparing for the NCAA season, which is around 2 weeks from now. So I guess it's a good preparation for them. And of course, another bonus is, of course, winning that perpetual trophy. Have you seen that trophy, Martin?
Oh, grabe yung trophy. I mean, we've seen pictures of it leading up to the actual debut, but then seeing it in person, it's really quite amazing to see. The size is really quite, nakakashock siya.
And how about you, Navin? What's your first impression when you saw the trophy earlier?
I'm thinking if I wanted to work out, I don't need to go to the gym. I just need to carry that.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yun na yung pang deadlift mo no?
Lahat na, squat, deadlift, curls.
Meanwhile, LPU has a possession, a three-point shot. No, short. Here comes CSB Blazers. Kahukom gets it to Sanko. Sanko block. Public display of rejection, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes LPU. LPU on the other end, missing that shot.
And Kiko, that last play there by Sanko goes to show the importance of developing your offhand as well. So the left side of the court decided to shoot with his right hand, which made it easier for the Lyceum defender to contest it at the rim.
Yes. And meanwhile, it's 2011, a 9-point lead for CSB Blazers. And of course, there will be a review on the last play. Now, Martin, if you were Coach Gilbert right now, your team is down by 9. What would you be trying to say to your players?
So I think that in this game, you can tell that Benil has been dictating the pace. I think LPU wants to make the game a little bit uglier. If I were Coach Gilbert Malabanan, I'd tell them to remember their identity and play the game that has gotten them to this point, which is a scrappy brand of basketball. So I'd want to motivate the players to not fall in love with the way that CSB is playing and to continue to attack and be a pest on defense.
Now, Naveen, if you were Coach Charles and Coach Paulo, you have a 9-point lead. What would you be saying to your troops?
Don't fall in love with the 3-point shot too much. You know, when you make a couple of long-range bombs early in the game, it's easy to fall into the trap of being like, okay, let's ride this hot momentum, let's keep firing it out from deep. And like I said earlier, that could lead to easy transition opportunities for the opponents, and suddenly your 11-point lead could be down to 5 or 4, and now there's more pressure. CSB has a height and size advantage. They need to get into the paint more, maybe get Alan Liwa going more, get some offensive rebounds, and control the physicality.
Now, if you were the coaches, who has the pressure? The CSB or the LPU? Who has more pressure coming into this game?
I don't think there's pressure for any team, actually, to be honest. I think both squads are happy to make it to the finals. Of course, you want to win the championship. You won't be awfully disappointed if you don't win the championship. So no pressure, but for all the players right now on the court, in the bench, even the coaches, the competitive fire, I'm sure, is coming up. They want to win this game, and I'm sure both squads will give everything for the chance to win the game.
All right. So the officials are now reviewing the previous play, as I believe that CSB Blazers are trying to plead their case because there was no foul according to them. But the score is 20-11, 3:58 remaining, as a 9-point lead is destroyed by the CSB Blazers, ranked as number 3 in the tournament. So how did they get here? So basically, they in the round of 32 they got a bye, but in the Sweet 16 they defeated the number 18 seed and one of the powerhouse in the ASCII, that is St. Clair, St. 77-53. In the Elite 8 they defeated number 6 seed All Full Phoenix 91-60 before defeating Adamson, the number 2 seed Adamson Falcons 70-64. So the possession will now go to the CSB Blazers with less than 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter of action. Here comes Ondoa. Roger Ondoa gets it to Torres. Torres and Ondoa were teammates in ICC before. Then they transferred both at the same time in CSB Blazers. And now Kahukom has it. Back to Torres. Torres, 3 seconds to shoot. Torres missing the shot. He grabs his own miss. Here comes Torres, mid-range. Oh, yes, sir!
And those who watched the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup earlier this year, where CSB won, knows how valuable an Ian Torres can be. He was the finals MVP. He was humongous in the Blazers' win over the DLSU Green Archers. So watch out for this stud.
Meanwhile, Peñafiel hitting that three-point shot. Or rather, that was Gael Montaño.
So partners, you know what's wild is actually I have some recruitment news, Lyceum related. Wondering if I should drop it on air here.
Oh, why
Let's
not?
let the viewers on YouTube and Facebook decide if they want me to reveal it. But Lyceum has a new recruit that came from DLSU, ironically.
Oh,
Exactly.
so that's big news. So
I don't want to reveal it just yet. I want to tease our viewers a little
okay,
bit.
maybe we could launch a poll. So if they want to reveal it, say yes.
Let us know in the comment section
Yes.
if you want to know.
I know some friends of mine from my Navs Effect podcast community are watching right now. They're waiting for me to reveal this, but I want to make them suffer a little bit before I announce it.
We have an exclusive nav bomb.
Exactly.
Here in the Pinoyliga Cup.
And of course, we would like to say good afternoon to everyone who's tuning in the Facebook page of Pinoyliga and also in the YouTube channel of Pinoyliga Cup. So right now, the score is 14 for LPU, 24 for CSB. LPU has the possession right now. Here comes Gordon. Gordon has the possession.
A platoon swap as well for LPU.
And a steal. Here comes Liwag, the big man with the ball. Liwag missing on that one. But Torres was there for the putback.
And ito yung okay kay Ian Torres no? He's just unafraid of the moment. Obviously, as Naveen mentioned, finals MVP in the last Pinoyliga Cup. And has just proven to be one of the rising stars here for CSB.
And look at that. Oh, number 72, that is Cometa.
The former Sunbedder Red Lion, Gab Cometa. And it's a good thing he made that shot because he had Roger Ondoa open on the other side of the break. Decided to take the shot himself, and 3 is better than 2. Unless you're in the PBA and it's a 4-point option.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw your post about the 4-point play. There's a lot of things that you think about that 4-point play.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what though, that 4-point shot already made a difference in last night's game. And I wonder if it'll be not long from now until we see the college game implement a 4-point shot.
It's interesting to see. I didn't know what I felt about it at first, but then when you watch it and when you watch it being implied, you can kind of see that it does help the game in the sense of spacing.
Yes.
And it just adds a completely new dynamic. I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I kind of do actually.
Me too. And going back to this game right now, the pace clearly favors CSB. We saw pre-game, the statistics for both teams. Lyceum has been winning low-scoring, defensive-oriented games, while the Blazers are averaging nearly 80 points per game in this tournament, which means 20 points every quarter, every 10 minutes. And right now, CSB nearing 30 points, and we still have a little under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So the Blazers, from start to finish, have really controlled this basketball game.
1 minute and 43 seconds remaining. Torres with the leather right now is being hounded by number 20, and that is Villegas. Great matchup here. Cometa with the ball, and he is fouled on the way to the hoop.
And as I mentioned, this is what you want to see from LPU. You want to see a little bit more pressure, as Naveen mentioned. The pace has been being played at the Blazers' speed, and you want to see LPU just up the intensity. It does seem like they're a little lackadaisical to start this game.
Exactly. And we saw Adamson counter CSB's versatility and height last game by forcing the Blazers into turnovers and miscues. So far, Lyceum has not done that. Let's see if they're able to do so. And speaking of the Blazers, as Alan Liwa gets fouled in the post, we should mention CSB is in full force today. Coach Raiko Toraman is here, Coach Charles Stew is here, and Boss Frank Lau himself is here as well for the chance to watch the Blazers win a championship.
Yeah, you gotta love the support that Coach Charles and Coach Raiko is giving to Coach Paulo. And they are letting him coach this game, while probably they're just giving some ideas or tips on how to run some plays. But of course, knowing Coach Paulo, he's an analytics guy. Makes me wonder, is this inspired of the movie Moneyball? Yeah, I love that.
So Coach Pao actually was my coach in the Pilipinas Aguilas team.
Okay.
And he is really one of the up-and-coming coaches here in the basketball landscape. Such a brilliant mind. And as you mentioned, you love to see the trust that Coach Charles instills in Coach Pao in leagues like this.
Yes, and they have been partnered for a long time. From MPBL in Nueva Ecija, and then in Mighty Sports, and then right now in Benilde. So it goes to show the trust and their partnership. Just like, if I'm not mistaken, before in Coach Topex and Coach Jeff Perlas, they've been...
Isa pa yun.
Yeah, tagal na partnership.
Tagal na yung partnership nila no?
Yes. And meanwhile, on the free throw line is Roger Ondoa. He's one of the high flyer. He might be small, but he can definitely dunk or stuff the ball inside the shaded lane. But of course, let's see how will he produce once he is with the big boys right now.
And I'm very interested to see which lineup CSB goes with this NCAA season as they force another turnover. Because take note, a couple of Green Archers transferred to them, like Jake Gaspay, like Matthew Hucom, and James Nakwa. So Coach Charles and his staff, obviously they're the key veteran players you expect to be lined up, like an Enot, like a Sanchez, like a Liwag, like a Eusebio. But who else are going to make the team, especially from the young guys? You can make a case CSB's arguably the most loaded and deepest team in the NCAA right now.
So it's now a 13-point lead. 12-point lead, rather. 32-19, 11 seconds remaining. 13 points is the difference between these two squads. Let's see, Torres has the leather against Gordon. Torres floater! No, miss! And after 10 minutes of basketball action, the score is 32-19, a 13-point lead for the CSB Blazers as they have dominated the first quarter of action. Martin, what can you say about this first quarter for LPU?
I mean, it's been all Blazers so far in this ball game, and yun na nga, I think there's a little bit of an intimidation factor being seen here. You'd want to see LPU wake up a little bit. It does seem that they're starting off this ball game a little flat. Obviously, they gave up a lot of three-pointers to CSB early on. So again, it's the pace and intensity that LPU needs, and I'm sure Coach Gilbert Malabanan is going to emphasize that in this quarter break.
And of course, Naveed, for CSB, this is something, I mean, if you're Coach Paolo, this is something that you really love to watch. You're on top by 13. What will you be saying right now to your troops if you're on top by 13?
Keep kicking their butt. I mean, that's what CSB is doing right now, to be honest. If you ask me, what should Coach Gilbert say? Be like, have some pride, boys. They're like whooping us. I mean, and if you're CSB, keep doing what you're doing. You're kicking their butt. You're playing great both ends of the floor. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal.
And the score is 32-19 as we see the quarter highlights brought to you by Eurotex Foam, one of the supporters for the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024. As of course, it started with Justin Sanchez hitting the stride, and then sooner after that, Justin Sanchez explosion, other Benil players have started chipping in their points, and now it's Sanchez Barba as we see the player matchup right now. Justin Sanchez has already scored 7 points, while Barba has scored 5 points. But interestingly, both haven't grabbed the rebound yet. So the score is 32-19. Second
Puro points
quarter.
lang eh, no?
Oo. But if you're the star player, would you rather have Barba scoring right now or grabbing those boards?
Most definitely. I mean, Ato Barba is one of the versatile wings of LPU, and you just want to see him fill up the stat sheet. Again, it just seems like LPU hasn't really gotten into the flow of this game yet, so I'm excited to see them get into a little bit of a rhythm here in the second quarter.
And
What
Mark
Lyceum
Sanko
needs to-
scoring on that, Naveed.
What Lyceum needs to do is create offense from their defense. Get easy transition opportunities, turn the ball over, get easy layups, build some momentum. Right now, everything feels like a struggle for this team.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, for CSB, everything's coming so easy.
Score is 34-21. 13-point lead for CSB Blazers. Ondoa gets it to Sanko, and now Cometa has it. Cometa back to Sanko. Oh, great pass, but anticipated there by number 18, Greg Conanan. However, he stepped out of bounds, so the possession will go back to CSB Blazers. They hold a 13-point lead. 7 seconds to shoot.
And to your point, Naveen, you know, we've seen a lot of teams go against CSB, and as you mentioned, they're a very loaded team. We've seen opponents kind of buckle under intimidation, pressure, and that's something LPU does not want to fall into. They're a formidable team, and they can definitely compete with CSB when they're playing their brand of basketball.
And Lyceum's perimeter defense right now needs to be way better. The big men or the guys in the paint are coming out to help on the guards' drives, and that's leaving so many offensive rebound and second chance scoring opportunities for the Blazers, and that's been really hurting Lyceum.
Score is 36-21, 15-point lead right now. If LPU wants to make this game interesting, they must make their move right now and not allow CSB to run throughout this second quarter, because there's still 8 minutes and 26 seconds. It's now a 15-point lead. And a free throw by Renz Villegas chops it down to 15.
And on that play, you can see Ian Torres' defensive capabilities as well. Obviously called for the foul, but, you know, skying up there for that block. A little bit of a bailout foul there for for LPU as they convert on the 2 free throws.
As Villegas makes his second. And now here's the trap. The full court press by the LPU, broken by Cometa. Cometa back to Sanko. Sanko has it. Here comes Torres. 12 seconds to shoot. Cometa thinking 3. Cometa trying to break the defense. Gets it to Arshaga. Oh, but Cometa stepped out of bounds. And now here comes number 22, Anton Eusebio, played for UP before.
Here's a fun trivia about Anton Eusebio. Low-key, he's a good dancer on TikTok.
I've seen it as well, and I approve.
Bro, no.
If
Hey, on the court and off the court.
if CSB wins later, we can, ask him to dance.
Hey, that's a hook. Got away with a hook that time.
And then there's a
Then
foul
again, in
called.
Philippine basketball, you can get away with so many things.
Most definitely.
No blood, no foul minsan, di ba?
Oo. Si Villegas, no? Getting away with a little bit of a... Yung konting gulang lang, konting lang.
Yes. 14 seconds to shoot. Oh, what a play there! That is number 24, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Daileg with a alley-oop there. Now that might start something new for LPU. That might motivate them to come back here. Meanwhile, Eusebio dances on the wrong tune and was called for that traveling.
And yeah, just some momentum a little bit here for LPU. So chances here for them to trim down this lead and get back, the rhythm of this game.
If you guys have been following the CSB community when it comes to discussions, a lot of the talk have centered towards, okay, can Alan Liwag live up to the standard Will Gozuma set? Some are saying he can surpass it even.
Yeah.
So we shall see. I'm very interested to note how Alan Liwag's going to perform this coming season with the Blazers.
Oh, a three-point shot there by LPU, missing the basket. Gordon, oh yes, what a pass there by number 18, Greg Cunanan. And there's a timeout called, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance. And of course, right now, we'll give the floor to our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano. Daphne, good afternoon.
I had the chance to join the huddle of the LPU Pirates before the start of the second quarter, and Coach Gilbert expressed his frustration on his boys, how they played in the first quarter. He said in his own words, turnover, box out at blow by. Dahil sa tatlong yan, nakakalamang kalaban nyo. Walang disiplina tsaka aggressive dapat tayo sa depensa. Coach Gilbert always wanted his boys to exhibit an aggressive defense to contain their opponents. Pag LPU basketball, depensa ang gusto nilang maisip ng mga tao. Let's see if the Pirates will be able to bounce back just like they usually do in their previous games, because they have a reputation for catching up to leads. Back to you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you so much, Daphne. And maybe Coach Gilbert and the rest of the LPU Pirates heard us. And now they're back in the game.
So I have some interesting info as Lyceum gets back in this game. Interestingly enough, Anton Eusebio is going to have his wisdom tooth removed today, actually. So, ball is life, though. He has a dental appointment right now, but he's here playing basketball, hoping CSB can win the championship. And that just looks a lot tougher right now. Let's see him back in this game. I told you guys, get a few defensive stops, get out in transition, build some momentum, and you're back in this contest.
And this is the type of that Lyceum wants to kind of go for, which is this up and down, high octane type of basketball. Kasi ganoon naman talaga, that's how they got into this position, and so it's good to see them upping the intensity.
Yes, because they're letting CSB control the tempo earlier, and right now, as you have said, it's up and down action right now.
And if you're Lyceum right now, you got back in this game, and once again, another guard easily gets in the paint for CSB. You got back in this game by penetrating the paint and scoring inside. Don't start settling for outside shots now.
Exactly. See that beautiful move there.
By Ancheta.
Mel.
Bagay na bagay sa big dance.
Oh, may I have this dance, Joel Ancheta.
It's 40-31, and we are halfway through the second period. Cometa, oh, what a move there by Gab Cometa!
And just like that, CSB 6 quick points after it looked like Lyceum was on its way to mounting a comeback.
Score is 42-31, 4:46 remaining. Here comes number 20, that is Renz Villegas. Gives it up to Barba. Barba thinking of what to do with the basketball, 6 seconds to go. He will take this shot. Barba. Oh, what a move there by Ato Barba.
Great footwork there from Barba. Showing the presence of mind to do a step through last minute and get the beautiful floater to go.
And meanwhile, here comes CSB Ancheta trying to use his dance moves against Villegas. Gets it to Eusebio for the three. No miss. Rebound, LPU.
And now it kind of makes sense that Coach Charles Chu was rushing to start the game so that Anton Eusebio could go to his dental appointment.
I also wonder when Justin Sanchez is coming back in this game, because the Sanchez-Eusebio-Liwag connection early in the game worked really well for the Blazers.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Justin Sanchez in action, you know?
Yes. So the score is 42-33. Would like to say hello to everyone
Justin Sanchez,
watching in the Facebook page and YouTube channel Pinoyliga Cup. This is Kiko Malikdem, and with me is Naveen Ganglani and Martin Diaz. We are live here in the Moranto Sports Complex in the City of Stars, Quezon City, with CSB on top by 9, and what a beautiful move inside by number 1, Hake.
And I really like the decision by Allen Liwag that time. Patient, didn't rush his shot, navigated the floor, saw an open man in the dunker spot, and once the defender committed, he had the open shot.
And you know, to your point, Naveen, the sky is the limit for Allen Liwag. Obviously, such a big body, can shoot it. And kung dinagdag pa niya yung court vision, nako.
Yes, that would be a big difference. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, there's a timeout code. We'll be back here in the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. CSB Blazers up by 13 over the number 13th ranked LPU Pirates. 3:15 remaining. So after LPU inched closer, the CSB Blazers went wild, and now they have a 13-point lead once again.
Yeah, it just seems that every time LPU gets on a run, it just seems like CSB has an answer to all of it.
So there was a foul there on number 20, or I think that was on Hake, rather. So the 5 on the floor that I can see right now for CSB, we have Justin Sanchez, then we have Hake, then we have Torres, and then we also have Kahukom and Liwag. That's a pretty big lineup for CSB. And then meanwhile, for LPU right now, we have Montaño. Oh, what a great D, but there was a foul. it reminded me of that fadeaway against
Yung buzzer
JRU,
beater.
the buzzer beater. Was it JRU or is it?
It was JRU, yes.
JRU, yeah. The Kobe-like.
Oh, and it seems like they're trying to find Gael Montaño in the post. Obviously, a great post player. And on that play, Harke a little bit too overzealous on the defense there. It's going to be 2 shots from Montaño.
Yes. And of course, 46-33, ladies and gentlemen. CSB Blazers still on top. But of course, Montaño would try to chop it down. However, he missed the first free throw. Now let's see if he will be able to make his second. They badly need every point that they can get here in the second period, because if you're LPU, you wouldn't want CSB leading by as much as 20 points.
Definitely. And they'd want to see Gael Montaño get going a little bit here for the Pirates. Obviously, it can't just rely on Ato Barba for the offensive production. So let's see who's going to get going here on the side of LPU.
And now, meanwhile, here comes CSB inside. Oh, Liwag! Oh, man. He's unstoppable inside.
And that speaks to the combined strength and speed of Alan Liwag, not to mention his flexibility, maneuvering past 2 smaller defenders, keeping the ball up high, and getting to the paint at ease for the end one opportunity. Let's watch it here. See, he comes off a cross screen, splits those 2 defenders faster than they can react, and by the time he gets there to the rim and you're fouling him, you're giving up an easy 3-point play.
And it's amazing to see the way Alan Liwag has developed. You know, when you look back to when he first started, he was such, a frail kind of thin player. Obviously, exposure with the national team as well as leagues like MPBL has really developed him into a solid and formidable player for CSB.
And now CSB has the possession. 3 seconds to shoot. Ancheta, 1.4 seconds remaining. So let's see if CSB will be able to make a shot here. And CSB sues for time. We'll be back. 14-point lead, 48-34.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pinoyliga Cup, the big dance. Kiko Malikdem along with Naveen Ganglani and Martin Diaz bring you the action live as it happens here in Amoranto Stadium in Quezon City. 1.4 seconds remaining. Oh, Liwag takes a shot! Buzzer beater there!
Alan Liwag showing his ambidexterity on that play, using the left on that soft touch.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Moralejo. Now, here comes Montaño. Back to Colanay. Panelo. And now, here comes Barba. He has been silent so far. Barba is fouled.
Good drive there from Ato Barba, just putting his head down, drawing the contact. Gonna have to earn it from the charity stripe.
50-34, 16-point lead for CSB Blazers. They are in complete control of this game. But of course, we'd like to do some shout outs to everyone who's watching the games right now in Facebook and in YouTube. I've seen a lot of players like James Cublan watching. And of course, Coach Jeff Perlas watching also the game right now. Good afternoon, Coach.
Afternoon, Coach.
And then it's 50-35, 15-point lead. CSB has the leather. Ancheta back to Liwag. double team right now. Oh, what a pass inside to Justin Sanchez.
This has become an Alan Liwag clinic, ladies and gentlemen. Just overall dominance on both sides of the floor.
Really showing strides in his development. Alan Liwag showing the vision there from the low post.
Meanwhile, Barba has it, and a steal there by Ancheta. Ancheta all the way.
Mel Ancheta just playing the passing lanes perfectly.
Oh, look at that, a steal. The Kahuko Ancheta connection giving headaches to LPU right now. Meanwhile, a fake inside to Panelo, but it was tapped out of bounds. Ladies and gentlemen, possession will go to CSB Blazers. Here comes Ancheta. Ancheta calling a play against Moralejo. Here comes Liwag. Go inside. What a pass by Liwag.
Liwag showing. May pagka-Magic Johnson na rin si Alan Liwag eh, no?
Parang naalala ko yung dating number 7 ba yun or number 8 ng Lasal or 28.
Grabe, no? Really showing how much he's developed over the past few years.
Meanwhile, Barba making that shot. 54-37, 10 seconds to go. Time for one last shot. Ancheta, 5 seconds. And there's a foul called on number 12, Joshua Moralejo.
And that's one of the few good decisions Lyceum has made so far in this game. Only their second team foul, and with 3.9 seconds left on the game clock, CSB has to execute a quick play here. So you gotta take the little wins where you can.
Definitely. It's been all CSB so far, but LPU still trying to mount this comeback.
And Cometa missing that mark. And ladies and gentlemen, after 20 minutes of basketball action, it's a 17-point lead for the number 3 ranked CSB Blazers over the number 13th seed LPU Pirates. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, as the quarter highlights brought to you by Smart. As you see that inside basket, my goodness, Martin, they have been in complete control. What can you say about this game so far?
Kiko, I mean, kita mo naman, just the whole flow. They've been doing a lot of great action from that pinch and low post. And it just feels like CSB has been playing more together in this ball game. And it just seems like they wanted a little bit more than the LPU Pirates right now.
And of course, Naveen, the lead was down to 5. And then right now, it's 17. What do you think happened that triggered that, second win from CSB Blazers?
Well, the guard play improved. Cometa made a few plays.
How they played in the first quarter, he said in his own words, turnover.
Playing off the post, scoring inside, finding open men. And on defense, CSB upped the intensity once again that they had in the first quarter. And Lyceum was finding itself often in late clock situations, which really was detrimental to their offense. And just like that, CSB builds another large lead.
All right. So the score is 54-37. And the lead was indeed down to 5, and now it's back to 17. A big run there. And a lot of there. I've been seeing a lot of comments right now asking for the LPU to really wake up right now. A lot of LPU faithfuls wanting their team to really bounce back. So after the second quarter, the score is 54-37, 17-point lead advantage. Everything going right for CSB Blazers, while the LPU Pirates are still to assess themselves what really happened in this first half. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few short minutes as we will give some we'll try to check the teams in their respective dugouts. But of course, after 2 quarters, like what I said, it's 54-37.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pinoyliga Cup, the big dance. And right now, we'll give the floor to Daphne Lozano as she is with the Pinoyliga Cup founder, Mr. Benny Benitez. So we're still waiting for Daphne as she's preparing for the report right now. So far the score is 54-37, a 17-point lead, ladies and gentlemen, as the St. Benil Blazers are on top by 17. And now we'll give the floor right now to Daphne. Daphne, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, mga kaliga. Before we proceed to the second half, I am beside Sir Benny Benitez, our tournament director for the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for joining me here sa half. So, how does it feel po na finally nasa finals na po tayo?
Wow, sobrang fulfilling kasi finally after 3 weeks of basketball action sa collegiate space, nandito tayo. We're now culminating sa finals natin. Very exciting, very exciting.
Ayun, sir. Ano pa po kaya ang pwede namin maasahan sa Pinoyliga after this, the Big Dance?
Yeah, after the Big Dance, Daph, we will be doing the Pinoyliga Alumni Cup. So yun naman yung susunod natin. And then, a lot of planning that's gonna happen para at least maibigay natin na mas maganda, bigger, better ito for 2025.
Ayun, sir. Meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Ay, family and friends, of course, Pinoyliga Cup family natin. Thank you very much, guys.
That is all for our halftime interview. Back to you, gentlemen.
And thank you so much, Daphne, for that as we are near the third quarter. And our third quarter is underway right now, ladies and gentlemen. 17-point lead. So LPU will try to come back from this huge deficit, but the possession is with CSB Blazers. Here comes Sanchez for the three, missing that mark. And rebound by LPU right now. They have the possession. Number 18 with the basketball. That's Kunanan. Back to Barba. Ato Barba against Sanko. Barba drives. Barba ran through a brick wall. 8 seconds to shoot. Here comes Kunanan. Kunanan drives, and there was a foul called on number 17. That's Ancheta.
So let's see how LPU responds coming out of the half. But I actually spoke to head coach Charles Chu of the CSB Blazers, and if you're wondering where Paul Turco is, he actually got down with a case of chickenpox. So apparently there's a little bit of a chickenpox minute spread amongst the CSB Blazers. So Paul Turco, the leading scorer in the past game, unable to play in the finals of today's ball game.
And right now we're looking at the points distribution in the first half. 32 for CSB in the first quarter, 22 in the second. Meanwhile, ICM didn't crack 20 points in any of the 2 quarters. Goes to show the pace and momentum and rhythm that the Blazers have been playing with.
And here we go. Barba with an end one. Maybe that's something that LPU wants to have, and that will start something new for LPU. That layup by Ato Barba and an end one opportunity for this young man.
Great move there from Ato Barba, absorbing the contact. A little bit of a bump euro there. Can't get the 3-point play to finish.
Possession is now with the CSB. Here comes Sacheta calling a play. Play number 1. Pick given by Sanko. Justin free. Oh, Liwag inside and one opportunity for Liwag.
Whenever CSB has gotten the ball to Alan Liwag in this game, it has led to great results for the Blazers. The Pirates just don't have anyone to match up against his size and skill in the paint, and the rest of the Blazers are following suit with his example.
So sometimes in this game, we have noticed that Justin Sanchez is actually playing the decoy and allowing the defense to come to him, and that frees up Liwag as he goes to the hoop.
Ang ganda ng mga set play and just the overall ball movement of CSB. You can see the level of trust that they have amongst each other, and that was on full display there, the play between Justin Sanchez and Alan Liwag.
Meanwhile, a 3-point shot by Ancheta missing the mark. Here comes Peñafiel, gets it. Basket is good
Beautiful go
for
ahead
LP.
time.
Bravo.
Beautiful go-ahead pass, and now you're feeling Lyceum gain some momentum again. Their defense leading to their offense, and that's how you get back in the game.
57-44, 13-point lead. 12 seconds to shoot. Ancheta gets it to Sanko. Back to Ancheta. Oh, a three-point shot there. Oh, yes, sir.
And that's the risk that you have when you play the LPU switching to a 1-3-1 defense. And a little bit of a zone buster three there. As you see Gal Montano with a response there with another three by LPU.
It's raining threes here in the third quarter. Let's see. Sanchez has it. Sanko. Back to Sanchez. Liwag inside. Sanchez has the leather. 11 seconds to shoot. Oh, look at that. They're really finding Liwag inside.
You can feel the frustration from the Lyceum bench for that one. It looked like that was good defense. However, CSB doing a good job getting the ball in the middle to Liwag to attack this zone defense by the Pirates.
As you can see, the halftime stats, ladies and gentlemen. What are the positive things here for the CSB Blazers, Naveen?
Well, for starters, they've taken 12 more shot attempts than the Pirates. And the Pirates have 4 more free throw attempts. So 12 more shot attempts, you give a team that in a game, you're most likely going to lose, right? So Lyceum needs to correct that this second half. 3-point shooting fairly even, rebounding in favor of CSB. You can't lose both rebounding and the turnover battle, and that's what Lyceum has done right now. They're out-rebounded by 3. They have 2 more turnovers than Benilde, and because of that, CSB has more shot attempts. Sometimes it comes down to mathematics, and the math is working to CSB's favor.
7:01 remaining. A miss there by LPU. Liwag with a board. Liwag looking for their point guard, and the ball is now in the hands of Ancheta.
And this is
inside. Liwag once again, my God.
And this is what's so difficult about matching up with a team like CSB. It's just the versatility that they have on the wings. Justin Sanchez, obviously a very tall wing, and he's able to neutralize players like Ato Barbo coming downhill.
You know what's great about Liwag in the post is after his initial move, as Lyceum answered, but back to Liwag, after his initial move, a lot of big men you see, they make their move and then go for the shot right away like it's one move. Liwag makes his move, stops for a second, controls and composes himself, then goes up for the shot, and that's why he's so effective in there.
Score is 61-49. Oh, another shot there. Oh my God. Everything is going right with CSB Blazers right now.
Exactly. It just seems like everything is clicking on all cylinders for CSB. And to Nav's point, you just see the level of patience that the CSB Blazers are displaying in this ballgame, and it's just been utter dominance so far.
At that time, there was a goaltending. So 2 points will go to Ato Barba, and it chops down the deficit to 15. As we see the game leaders, 4 points, Barba and Kahukom with 10 points apiece. Then Liwag and Gordon with 4 rebounds apiece. Cunanan and Ancheta with 5. Then Montano leading the blocks and steals, while Ancheta has 2 steals. So there is a basket interference for the CSB Blazers. Score is 66-51 with 5:44 remaining. They're going to, our officials are checking on the replay to check if they got the right call there. 5:44 remaining. As we take a look at that once again, that play by Ato Barba. As Barba drives. That was a clear basket interference as the hand hit the net.
You love the aggressiveness being shown here by Ato Barba, trying to will his team back into this ballgame.
Maybe they need at least 3 more Barbas here. The energy of Barba. So maybe that would be something that his teammates could emulate right now in the third quarter.
Pampa-ignite ng momentum here for the Pirates.
5:42 remaining, 66-51. Liwag inside, a 3-point shot, no good. Rebound by LPU. They are on the run. Cunanan, he gets it to Barba. Barba thinking 3, decides to drive against Sanko. Oh, what a steal there Here comes CSB. But they ran out of space. Kahukom ran out of space. So there's opportunity there for CSB to add on to their lead.
The intensity from CSB right now, it feels almost like they're the team that's down 15 instead of up 15. And it speaks to the consistency that this team plays with, and it also speaks to the advantage of having great depth in college basketball. If your second unit is talented and they've been riding the bench for a while, they're coming in there with something to prove because they feel like they are the better college players as well. So it goes to it speaks about the recruitment effort CSB has done the last few years, and this is now how it's all materializing. Yeah.
Score is 66-51, halfway through the third quarter, and a foul is called on Greg Conanan.
And I totally agree with that point, no, Nav. You can see yung CSB, kumbaga, nagpe-peak na sila eh. Like, even if 2 weeks out from the NCAA season, you can see that top to bottom, 1 to 15, each player has kind of come into their own, and even the second squad, parang pang first 5 na rin yung second squad nila eh.
Got it. So, I guess CSB would be one of the favorites for the next NCAA with this lineup.
I definitely think so.
Look at that. Maybe too much hustle, too much energy.
And you're seeing CSB go with more of a zone defense this half than the first half. And that's going to give CSB an advantage to crash the glass some more for second chance scoring opportunities.
Meanwhile, LPU has a possession. Montaño drives. Oh, it's been a while since we saw Montaño take a basket.
And he needs to be aggressive here for LPU, especially in the minutes that that Ato Barba is sitting down. I'd also want to see Omar Gordon get going here for the Pirates as well.
And there's a foul as Sanko drove to the basket. He will go to the line for 2 freebies. Mark Sanko, one of the vets for CSB Blazers, in the line for 2 freebies, missing the first one.
So chances here for LPU. 13 points, a whole lot of basketball to be played.
Oh, 0 out of 2. However, he got his own miss in another possession for CSB Blazers. A 3-point shot, no miss on that one. Oh! Oh, man.
Hard fall there.
That was scary.
Scary fall there.
Sanko and Gordon, good to see that they're okay.
Let's take a look at that play once again. Gordon and Sanko got tangled. Ooh, that gotta hurt, man.
Right on the table.
Interestingly, guys, no Anton Eusebio here in the second half so far. And I can see him in the bench right now.
Baka pumunta na siya sa
He might
dental
have gone to
appointment
his
niya.
dental appointment already to have his wisdom teeth removed.
Masyado na daw masakit yung wisdom tooth niya.
Sayang eh. I was hoping that we could see him dance.
Oo.
The big dance.
The big dance. Pero shoutout pa rin kay Antonio Eusebio for still playing kasi it's not easy to play through that type of pain. No?
I bet you it'll feel easier to leave the game when you know your team won.
Exactly.
Score is 66-56. Don't look now, it's just a 10-point lead. Torres with a 3. Boom! And now that is what you call pamatay sunog. 69-56. Just when we thought that LPU is right back on track. A 3-point shot
still in
was
this
made.
game, guys. I mean, it's been a one-sided show from CSB, but Lyceum could go on a run and change things in a heartbeat.
69-56. Here comes Cometa. Cometa loses the handle. Gordon passes to Conanan. Conanan. Oh, yes, sir!
And you see that time Conanan goes with the left hand on the left side of the court, using the rim almost like another defender from the defender.
69-58. 11-point lead. Sanko. He gets it to Torres. Torres for the 3. No good. Rebound.
It seems like Ian Torres hasn't met a shot he doesn't like, huh?
Oh, what a shot there. for Jonathan Daileg. And for the first time, it's down to single digit. The LPU is down by 9 points with 2:30 remaining. Timeout is called. As we take a look at that, Jonathan Daileg. Oh, what a move there.
Yeah, a little
that
bit of
was a suave move by Daileg.
A little bit of a doopsie-doo there for Daileg, showing and going here on the break.
Maybe we could call that a suave move by Jonathan Daileg. It's brought to you by, sponsors. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back 69-60 here in the Pinoyliga Cup Finals, the big dance.
Sorry.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2:31 remaining. We can see the coaching staff of LPU really egging on to their players. That game is not yet over. Just a 9-point lead. 69-60. Harke has it. 12 seconds to shoot. Here comes Liwa. Oh, Cometa jumper. Oh yes, sir, for Cometa.
Another beautiful pass from Liwag from that low post.
Exactly. Great things are happening for CSB whenever they start their offense with Liwag in the post.
71-60 inside. Meanwhile, Noah missed. Liwag with another board. It's interesting to know how many rebounds does Liwag have already. Meanwhile, here comes CSB mapping out their play. Harke inside. Justin to Liwag. Wow.
Beautiful connection that time by Sanchez to Liwag, threading that ball in a tight space, and once Liwag caught it, automatic 2 points. And just like that, the Blazers up again by 13. Every time Lyceum has threatened to make this game close, CSB has had a response.
Exactly. It just seems that CSB Blazers have an answer to everything that LPU is throwing at them.
Oh man. Apparently another basket just when we thought that LPU is back on track. Here comes CSB answering back with the barrage of points.
Beautiful move there from Ian Torres, showing that his game is not just based on the outside. A little bit of an extended finish there and a chance at a three-point play.
And there's a review of the last play, as officials will go back to the review center to check on the previous play to find out if there's unnecessary action that happened there in the previous play. 1 minute 13 seconds as we see that play once again. The previous play, that fast break play.
So di counted yung layup?
Hindi counted yun kasi wala kami tawag doon.
So with 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining, so 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining, 75-60, a 15-point lead is enjoyed by the CSB Blazers, as the officials have explained the previous play to the coaching staff of CSB Blazers with Coach Paolo Layog and of course Coach Chris Chu. So the score is 76-60, 16-point lead. The lead was down to 9 at 69-60, and now a 7-0 run was done by CSB Blazers, and they're on top by 16 right now. Barba for the three, missing on that. Gordon has it. One more chance for him. Gordon takes a shot, missing on that one. And right now, what we're seeing, Martin, is that they couldn't get the shot off, and worse, there's no offensive boards.
Exactly. It seems like the LPU Pirates settling for some isolation plays down the stretch here of this third quarter. You'd want to see a little bit more ball movement. And again, a lot of their offense kasi of LPU, nagsisimula siya sa defensive end eh. And if they're unable to get stops, they're unable to play their brand of basketball. So it really needs to start at the defensive end for them.
So score is 76-60, a 16-point lead. And now, Jesse are making the first free throw. Speaking of Jesse, would you like to say hello to Ardy, his sister, watching right now? One of the best young photographers right now, sports photographers. That's Ardy Arsiaga. So meanwhile, score is 77-60. Barba drives, and there's a foul. Barba trying to will his team back in this game.
Good things happen when Barba comes downhill and puts his shoulder down. He's gonna have to earn it from the stripe, but a chance at a bonus play here for Ato Barba.
And there is a substitution as Gene Carillo will be checking in for the first time for
Gene
Coach
Carillo, of course, part of the Adamson Championship High School team. One of the 4 super seniors of that squad.
And that's how loaded this Benil team is. If you have Carillo coming off the bench as your third string point guard, it just speaks volume
that, yep.
to how stacked this CSB team is.
77-62. So Ato Barba will be shooting his end one free throw. Let's see. He makes that one. Down to 14. Let's see. Still a lot of time. 14 seconds remaining. Here comes number 77 for the CSB players. That's Ian Torres. Torres gets it to Cometa. Gab takes a jumper. Missing that one. Rebound. Aviles. Barba, long three. No! And at the end of 30 minutes of basketball action, the score is 76-63, a 13-point lead for the CSB Blazers. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 77-63. We are nearing the end of the big dance, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, before we start the fourth quarter, we'll give the floor to Daphne Lozano, who has a report right now.
CSB Blazers on what they want people to think of when they hear Benil basketball. He said intelligence and toughness. And so far in this ball game, the Blazers are still able to pull this off despite the Pirates closing in with the lead. Coach Paolo also added that they are committed in this branding of Benil basketball because they want to represent the school well. They are not just playing for themselves or the title, but also for the school. Them performing well is their way of giving back to the support of the school. Let's see if the Blazers will take home the trophy and turn the big dance into their own party. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Daphne. So the score 79-65. CSB still on the lead with 14 points. Arsiaga gets it back to Torres. This is Cometa. Back to Arsiaga. Oh, what a beautiful play there. But they couldn't make the basket. But look at the hustle. And there's a foul called on Cometa. He couldn't believe that one. As we take a look at the quarter scores, so for the first three quarters, it's all St. Benilde. If you compute that or get the summary, it's 32-19, 22-18, then 23-26. It's only in the third quarter that Lyceum was able to take that lead. However, that is not enough as CSB is still leading as of now by 14 points.
And kita mo talaga yung first quarter talaga yung nagpalamang dito sa CSB Blazers. They've just been able to maintain that lead really well. So let's see if we can see a last push here from LPU.
Yun yung mahirap no, yung first quarter. Sometimes if you start slow, it will be very difficult for you to come back.
And now in the game for the first time is Ken Kaduyak. He had a great game in the semifinals. So I think it's a good addition here for Coach Gilbert. Let's see if he can get going and provide some long-range shooting for the Pirates.
But don't you know, in the previous matches for LPU, they really take the lead or they outscored their opponents in the third quarter by almost 5 points. But for St. Benilde, their strong quarters are the second quarter and the fourth quarter because they outscored their opponents by 8.33 points and 9 points during those quarters. So let's see if that will come into fruition in this quarter. 3-point shot, no good. Miss. Rebound by Barba. Barba with a basketball. Oh, what a great D by Justin Sanchez. Here comes Sanchez with the ball. Sanchez harassed by Barba. Great matchup there. Back to Sanchez. Liwag is asking for it. Liwag has it. Liwag against Aviles. Liwag. Low post move. Oh, man.
I think there's a term for that, guys. Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. He had a mouse in the house.
81, 67, 7:24 remaining. A jumper by Villegas, no good. Rebound by Ondoa. Here comes Torres. Torres with a leather. Torres directing traffic, ladies and gentlemen, with 7:11 remaining. Look at that! Ondoa!
Sayang.
That would have brought the house down. But Ondoa is known to be a high flyer.
Parang may hugot ata yung alley-oop na yan eh. Pang best friends kasi sila ever since, diba? From ICC. So
meanwhile, Barba, oh look at the defense. Barba is trying his best, but the stonewall defense by Liwag prevented him from scoring.
And if you're Lyceum right now, their chances are you might not win this game given the way Benilde is playing, now up by 19. But you're trying to build some winning habits to take over at least to the NCAA, and that could still be very important.
As we see the third quarter, as of this time, third quarter's Ato Barba 17 points with 1 assist. But Justin Sanchez, despite being outscored by 5 points, he has more assists with 4-1. That's a player matchup here in the finals of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance. And timeout is called. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the ball game, 85-67. Ladies and gentlemen, the CSB Blazers on top, big. And with 6:25 remaining, Martin, what if you are the head coach of LPU? What are the things that you would remind your players to do to overall this huge deficit?
Well, I think definitely has to start on the defensive end of things. I think that they've been a little slow to close out on three-pointers, and it's resulted in a three-point barrage from CSB. And on the offensive end of things, it seems like they haven't been able to connect on the three-point shot. It's the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left. I'd want to see them come downhill and attack the basket. And as you see on this play, draw a foul.
Now, Navin, if you're Coach Paolo, of course you're leading big. Sometimes, if you have this big lead, you have this tendency to be soft on defense. What will you advise your players?
Well, definitely just keep playing to the system. Don't go freelancing. Of course, don't get a little too cocky. Keep your feet on the ground and get the job done. The job's not done until the final buzzer sounds and you have more points than your opponent. And for the young guys of CSB getting the chance to play right now, this is an opportunity to prove to your coaches you can make the final roster of the team. You deserve playing time, and it's an opportunity to show how much they've developed physically and mentally. So definitely take advantage of every minute, every second of this game. Keep playing to the system, play to your strengths, and again, never take your opponent for granted.
Okay, well said, Navs. So the score is 85-69, a 16-point lead as we see. Oh, Mark Sanko with that floater.
Beautiful touch there from Mark Sanko. Parang yung floater niya yun, pang-guardia no?
Konanan has the leather. Konanan thinking three, takes a shot, boom!
Great response there from Kunana and sinking down that three-pointer. 15-point lead here. Still a lot of basketball to be played left in this ball game.
87-72, 15-point lead. Sanko with the ball. Almost lost that one. And the referee Escaro said it was the last touch of Mark Sanko. So possession will go to the LPU Pirates.
Great scrambling defense there shown by Peñafiel. Not giving up on the play and on this ball game. Let's see if LPU can make a late run here.
The score is 87-72. 87-72. Halfway through this. Whoa, what a big block there. Public display of rejection. Kahukom with the basketball. Kahukom. He sees Ondoa there. Ondoa drives. Ondoa. Oh, my goodness. And there's a foul called.
Roger Ondoa skying for that shot and drawing the foul there.
And having that kind of player like Ondoa coming off the bench, providing energy, playing bigger than his size, exactly the kind of unique weapon the Blazers team will be utilizing. Mark my words, there will be a game or two this NCAA season that Ondoa will win for CSB just with his combination of athleticism and energy off the bench. And that single game right there could be the difference of a 2 seed and a 3 seed, twice to beat, not twice to beat, make the Final Four, not make the Final Four. Could even be in the playoffs, could be the difference of making the finals or winning a championship. And you need guys like that to come off the bench and just change the energy of the game. And, maybe hope he can make free throws as well, of course.
I mean, I do think that's the next level here for Roger Ondoa, but I completely agree with you. I think having kind of like an energy guy on your team, it just benefits you in ways that you don't really see on the stat sheet. And I definitely think I've gone against Roger Ondoa, and he just provides this different level of energy and intensity that any team would have the luxury of having him.
Absolutely. He's going to be very important to this team, and I'm sure a lot of NCAA coaches not from CSB will be worried about how he can impact a game.
Score is 87-72. Inside Sanko. Favorite move wouldn't find the mark. And look at that, the hustle of Ancheta. Shot is no good. Liwag inside. Unstoppable Liwag.
And again, Alan Liwag's touching the paint automatic. The moment he gets 2-3 feet away from the basket, more often than not, it's going in. If he can develop that three-point shot, you're looking at a future superstar in the pro level, whether that's here or abroad.
And Alan Liwag has a great stroke too. So yeah, definitely if you could see him expand that range. But right now it's just looking too easy for Alan Liwag.
Yeah, the score is 89-72.
And
17-point lead.
And you know what, this upcoming season for CSB is a great opportunity. Look, we don't know if Coach Charles Chu is going to be coaching with CSB past this season. We don't know if the main stars on this team right now are going to still be here in season 101. They can't let go of this opportunity. They came close to making the finals 2 seasons ago. We thought they would be back there every season. Last season, they were eliminated in the first game of the Final Four. Now they have a chance to win the championship. They cannot take it for granted, and they need to go all the way.
Score is 89-72, 17-point lead right now, as shots are not falling for the LPU Pirates. All of a sudden, for the other game, for their previous games, they have been hitting those key baskets. But for tonight or today, except for that one,
Rinig ka ata ni Gail.
oh, narinig, baka gumising, eh, no? Score is 89-75 right now. Ancheta with the leather, 3:18 remaining. Is it too late for LPU? Let's see. Ancheta has the leather, takes a shot. No good. Rebound by Cometa. No one was there to rebound the ball. And now here comes Villegas. Villegas with the basketball, trying to figure out where to pass the rock. Oh, turnover there.
Getting a little too fancy with the dribble there. Didn't see Cometa right behind him, bothering that dribble. It's gonna go Blazer ball.
89-75. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this fourth and final quarter, unless a miracle of biblical proportions happen in this last 3 minutes.
We've seen crazier things happen in the sport, so let's see if a miracle can happen here for the Pirates.
Liwag. Oh. Oh,
Again,
my.
it's just way too easy for Alan
He's
Liwag.
like a man among the
Nice.
boys right now.
Exactly. Lyceum looks like that student who entered their examination in grade school and did not study for it at all. They have no answers for the Alan Liwag question.
Oh, Gordon missing on that one. And look at the hustle of Benil. They are just 2 minutes and 13 seconds away from the championship. Let's see. Ondoa, he gets it to Cometa for the three. Boom!
And I think that's night-night
Night,
for the
night.
Pirates. Cometa putting the icing on the cake there.
That is something else. That was a clutch shot. 94-75 clutch, because you know they know where to go, and LPU is really defending well at that point before that 3-point shot. So it's 19-point lead, 94-75.
It's been really interesting to see Alan Liwag as the focal point of the offense of the Blazers. You rarely see that in the past few games of the Blazers. They've been a balanced attack, pero seeing Alan Liwag kind of operate from that low post, you can see the potential and kind of possibly a new offensive scheme here that they can really exploit in this upcoming NCAA season for head coach Charles Chu.
Rebound, another one for Benil. That is Edson Serrano. 94.
He checked.
76. Let's see.
Beautiful
Cometa.
hesitation.
Grabs his own miss. No. Sky high for the board is Gordon. There is a foul on Cometa.
CSB is almost at 100 points.
Crazy.
They came in entering averaging 79 points a game. They score almost 100 in the finals.
And a lot of that had to do with just Alan Liwag.
Exactly, Alan Liwag. And that wasn't just the scoring, that was the rebounding, the rim protection, playing the CSB offense off him in the post, finding the open guy. He led this team how superstars and leaders are supposed to lead championship caliber teams. And what he's going to do for CSB this NCAA season is going to be one of the most intriguing storylines to follow.
Now, before the game, we have said that if it's a run and gun and if it's more of high scoring, this will favor CSB. But if it's a low-scoring one, it would be an LPU. So far, it's true what we have been saying. It's 94-78.
Yeah.
It's a high-scoring one.
And LPU has actually surpassed their scoring averages throughout the season. They usually average around 69, 70 points. And so they've been able to put the ball in the basket, but it's just been too much offensive prowess here from the CSB Blazers.
Look at that. Basket finally for number 6. And that was Jetro Reyes for LPU making the basket. Less than a minute remaining. 14-point lead. Spin move. Miss. Here comes LPU. Trying their best to chop the deficit. Caro for 3. No good. Rebound. 14-point lead. 30 seconds remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Cometa. A 3-point shot. No. Whoa. Extra pass there for the 3. No good. Rebound by LPU. 19 seconds remaining. Garo has the leather. Garo looking for a teammate. Decides to drive. Garo. Oh, great footwork there. A 3-point shot. No good. And CSB will take the first ever Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance Championship. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. 94-80. Final score is 94-80, ladies and gentlemen. A 14-point lead.
Great effort here from the LPU Pirates. Nothing to be disappointed with. As Naveen mentioned earlier in this broadcast, nothing to lose here for both teams. Preparation league, but everything to gain. And with this win, CSB gaining the momentum and confidence that they need heading on to the NCAA season.
Yes. And Naveen, for CSB, what do you expect right now for them after this big win?
Championship or bust.
I agree.
Short, but that was exactly that we were waiting. Championship material already for CSB. So this is a great opportunity for them to really showcase their skills and whatever weak points that they have. This is a perfect opportunity for them to really plug those holes. Sabi nga nila. Well, for LPU, this is that we are saying back to drawing boards for them. What could they learn from this loss?
Well, I think that it's been a great stint here for LPU. Ranked number 13, made it all the way to the finals of the Big Dance. And they were in the Final Four last year at NCAA. So I think this is, again, another stepping stone in the right direction for them. They have nothing to be ashamed of and everything to gain. And I think they're just a couple pieces away from being a really competitive team in the NCAA.
So 94-90 is the final score. From start to finish, from the get-go, it has been the College of St. Benil Blazers, ranked number 3 in the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance. They have, we have been saying we are seeing Cinderella dance here, but of course, St. Benil's has put us back into reality, wherein the top seeds are the ones reigning supreme so far right now.
And I really do like the narrative that, Naveen was talking about. Can Alan Liwag take that next step? There's been a lot of talks around Alan Liwag about him being kind of like the next key player for Benilde. And we've seen glimpses of it, especially in today's game. So I'm wondering too, and as well as all the fans, can he take that next step in the NCAA season? Kasi alam naman natin, iba yung pressure dun, di ba?
Correct. Now, aside from Liwag na, who do you think will step up for CSB?
One guy who we didn't see play today, Tony Inot. I feel like at the guard position, he's going to be integral. I think Justin Sanchez is going to be a great role player. I also think it's going to be important for Ondoa to continue providing that energy off the bench. And I think Antonio Sebio, because his combination of skill and size and shooting could be a cheat code for this Blazers team, especially against other squads in the NCAA that might not have as much height and size as the Blazers do.
See, as we are seeing right now, the school hymn of LPU being played. Nothing to be ashamed of for LPU. They did well. Fortunately, their shots didn't go down in the finals. But overall, it was a great performance for the Lyceum Philippines University Pirates.
And actually, Kiko, excited ako sa awarding eh.
Oo.
Gusto ko na talaga makita yung yung trophy eh, no?
Ang bigat eh, no?
Sige, try nyo erase.
Okay, nice. Tingnan natin. And of course, the awarding of the perpetual trophy. As we take a look at the quarter scores, as we were saying, the first quarter was the big difference here, as St. Benilde started hot, outscoring LPU Pirates 32-19. In the second quarter, St. Benilde also outscored LPU 22-18 by 4 points. In the third quarter, LPU was able to outscore the St. Benilde by 3 points. However, it's not enough since St. Benilde has established a big lead already. And in the fourth quarter, it's just even at 17 apiece. So the final score is 94-80. What a match, what a game. If only LPU was able to hit their normal shots, this would have been closer. But of course, this basketball, a lot of things happen. And of course, today, the CSB Blazers were the kings. And they have shown to everyone that they are the number one here in the Pinoyliga Cup, the big dance.
Kiko, may naalala ko.
Ano yun?
Hindi pa na-drop yung nav bomb natin.
Oh,
I'll have to leave that to my social media for now. You guys go follow me. I'll announce that shortly enough.
sige. Can you share to us your social media?
Instagram handle?
Yeah, it's at Pogi. No, joke lang. It's at Naveen Ganglani, guys.
So yun. So for those who all want to find out what that nav bomb is, our local Wodge, si Naveen. Collegiate Wodge. So follow him on all socials.
Yes, baka may magalit kasi.
Tag mo ako na ba? Tag mo.
I got you, bro. I got you.
They have been following Nav for a long time na, no? And I've seen him drop some bombs na, uy, di ko alam yun ah.
Oo, diba? Kaya siya
Not literal bombs, guys. Just letting you all know.
Local watch talaga natin eh, no? And of course, you can watch his YouTube channel. Maganda rin yung podcast niya. May episode din kasama si The Phenom.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course, we can see the player matchup for this finals. We have Ato Barba outscoring Justin Sanchez 17-12. But in the end, Justin Sanchez won. His team won. And of course, despite being outscored, he out-rebounded Ato Barba 4-2. So again, Justin Sanchez and the rest of the CSB Blazers winning the perpetual trophy for the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance. And of course, we'd like to say congratulations to Coach Paulo Layug and the rest of the coaching staff. Of course, there's also Coach Charles Chu and of course, Coach Raiko Toroman. Oh my goodness. As we see the awarding ceremonies for the Pinoyliga Cup, the Big Dance. Look at that.
Grabe yung trophy.
Yeah, look at that trophy. That is the big ass trophy.
So again, big shout out to Boss Benny for collaborating with an artist to create this amazing Big Dance 2024 trophy. And kita mo naman, enjoy na enjoy ng mga CSB Blazers. So congratulations to the CSB Blazers for winning the first ever Pinoyliga Cup Big Dance 2024.
Mabigat yan ha, hindi kaya yan ng isang tao.
Sige, try nyo ilip. Try nyo ilip.
Look at that, ayan, nahihirapan. Look at that.
Kahit sinabi, napatayo na.
What a match. And of course, look at that. The CSB Blazers winning the championship once again. Final score 94-80. Itong sina Roger Rondo, I've seen them play. Yan, sina Torres. Gotta be happy with them.
Oo.
Si Arsiaga rin.
Grabe yung journey nila eh, no?
Yes. Arsiaga was a player before in LaSalle Green Hills. And then, naging player din sa NBL Youth. One of the top defensive players in the youth.
And kita mo nga, you have to give props to the coaching staff of the Benil Blazers kasi ang galing nila mag-develop ng players. Obviously, they've gotten players na kahit pa paano medyo raw sila. When we first saw Alan Liga hop onto the collegiate scene, he was still a little thinner.
Yeah.
And not as confident in the way that he moves. Pero ngayon, nakikita, buong buo na yung laro ni Allen Liwag.
Yes, a big difference. So nakakatuwa na yan. Yung big difference, the changes that happen.
Si Navin, champion din, no?
Oh, sinabi. And then, of course, as you can see the highlights then, continuous highlights here in the championship game. It has been all CSB Blazers. Ato Barba tried their very best to really put his team on his shoulders. However, yun nga hindi magawa. So anyway, I think na dito we have with us si Daphne. Daphne is with one of the best players of this game. So Daphne, the floor is yours.
I am now beside our best player of the game from the CSB Blazers, Liwag, with 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. Congratulations, Allen, on your win. So sabi ni Coach Paolo kanina na intelligence tsaka toughness, ayun ang tunay na branding ng Benil Basketball. So sa tingin nyo, ano pang dahilan ng pagkapanalo nyo ngayon?
Siguro nag-stick lang kami sa system namin and dun sa pinaka-game plan namin, which is yung paigutin namin yung bola, hanapin namin kung sino yung mainit. Yun lang.
Ayan, how does it feel that you are now called Pinoyliga's the Big Dance first ever championship title holders?
Siyempre po, sobrang isang karangalan sa school namin and sa team namin. And yun lang, masaya lang kami kasi kami yung pinakauna and yun siguro, hindi ba dito nagtatapos, mayroon pa kaming mission sa NC.
Yeah, good luck sa inyong lahat for the upcoming NCAA season. That is all for our best player interview. Back to you, gentlemen.
And of course, as we see the game highlights, Ato Barba tried his best to will his team. However, iba pa rin yung naging chemistry ng St. Benil Blazers as they were on top from the get-go. So ladies and gentlemen, ayan yung highlights natin, ladies and gentlemen, for the CSB Blazers from top to bottom. Start to finish, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, on behalf of the hard-working men and women of the Pinoyliga Cup, from the on-ground crew to the production led by Direk Pierre, and of course there is also Amiel, Richie, and Melvin, and of course to everyone that made up Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, and also to Boss Benny Benitez and Boss Ma'am Ann Benitez, and also our sponsors. So we have Amelie Hotel, Kickstart Coffee, Uratex, LGR, Smart, and Eastern Communications. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much. And of course, to my partners today, Naveen Ganglani, Martin Daes, and our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano. This is Kiko Malikdem. And thank you so much for tuning in here in Pinoyliga Cup, the big dance. And after 21 days, it's right to say it's the College of St. Benil who is number 1.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now. Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.